So dear students, so this method is not included in our syllabus. Okay, this is Newton's method for finding the root using polynomial method. So this is Newton's polynomial method. Okay, so here these polynomial functions, why we are using polynomials is nowadays it is giving special importance to polynomial function. The reason is its behavior, due to its continuous behavior, its smooth behavior. Okay, and also the derivative of that polynomial also carrying some characteristics. Okay, so computer point of view, it is very easy to implement this polynomial method. Okay, because the mathematical operations required are simply addition, subtraction, and multiplication. Even if steps are more, mathematical operations required are very small. Means there is no need to compute f dash of x. By using small mathematical operation, we can replace that derivative operation, and that is we can find f dash of x0. Okay. So I think we can explain this method through an example. So for the purpose, consider f of x is equal to x cube plus x square minus 3x minus 3. That is equal to 0. Means we are going to find the root of f of x equal to x cube plus. We are going to find f of x equal to root of f of x equal to x cube plus x square minus 3x minus 3 equal to 0. So take the initial condition as x equal to x0, that is equal to 2. Okay. So please remember here f of x is equal to what? F of x is equal to x cube plus x square minus 3x minus 3. Okay, so the first step is, this is not the polynomial method, this is how we are using polynomial method. In order to explain that, first we need this division. So divide f of x with x minus x0. What is x0? 2. So divide f of x with x minus 2. So what we have? This is x cube plus x square minus 3x minus 3. This is x minus 2. So if we are dividing this, so first this is x cube, so this is x, so the term required is x square. So if this one is x square, that is coefficient is 1, x square means this term is x cube minus 2x square. So this term is cancelled, this is 3x square. So now this is minus 3x, this is minus 3. Okay, so now this is 3x square, this is x, so here we require 3x. So 3x into x, x, we have 3x square, 3x into minus 2, we have minus 6x. So now what is remaining? We have 3x and drop down this, so minus 3. So now this is 3x, this is x, so we require 3. So 3 into x, 3x, 3 into minus 2, we have minus 6. So what is the remaining? 3. So please note, if you are dividing f of x with x minus 2, we have a remainder 3. And interesting thing is, if you are substituting this 2 into this equation, what we have? 2 cube plus 2 square minus 3 into 2 minus 3, exactly equal to 3. So this 3 is nothing but f of 2. Okay, so this is known as remainder theorem. Okay, so this is also known as the first remainder, because after dividing f of x with x minus 2, we have a remainder 3. This is known as first remainder, and that is f of 2. So this is f of 2. Okay. So now what is quotient q of x? Q of x is x square plus 3x plus 3. Is it okay? So divide this q of x with x minus 2 again. Divide this q of x with x minus 2. So this is x square plus 3x plus 3. X square plus 3x plus 3. So this is quotient. Okay, this is quotient. So now what we have? you can see that this is x square, this is x, so we can add x here. So x square, then minus 2x, so remainder is 5x, then 3, so 5x plus 3. So 5x here x, so we have 5 into x, 5x, 5 into minus 2, minus 10. Now remainder is 13. So this 13 is known as the second remainder. This is known as the second remainder. So we can write it as q of 2. So this is also equal to f dash of 2. Why? Substitute this 2 into this quotient q of x. So 2 into so 2 square plus 3 into 2 plus 3, that is 13, right? So that is why q of 2. Now why it is f dash of 2? What is f of x? F of x is x cube plus x square minus 3x minus 3. So now what is its differentiation? What is f dash? F dash is equal to 3x square plus 2x minus 3. Now substitute 2 into this equation. We have 3 into 2 square plus 2 into 2 minus 3. So that is also 13. That is why this is also known as f dash of 2. So you can see that we are actually not taking any differentiation. Directly from the given function itself, we are finding f of 2 and f dash of 2. And what is, as per the Newton's theorem, what is next iterative value? x1. x1 is equal to x0 minus f of x0 divided by f dash of x0. So that is equal to 2 minus f of 2. From the previous slide, we have f of 2 divided by f dash of 2, that is 13. So we have 2 minus 3 by 13, that is equal to 1.7692. This is known as this concept we are going to use for polynomial method. Okay. So here actually what we have to do, we have to repeat this step. Okay, but if you have a large polynomial, what we have to do? This type of division will take time. So we need an algorithm, we need a procedure to do this. Okay. So for that purpose, first we can discuss about some concept. So in general case, we can consider a function f of x is equal to a0 x raised to beta plus a1 x raised to beta minus 1 plus etc plus a beta. Okay, and please note, say the initial condition is x0. So what we are going to do, we are going to divide this function with x minus x0 to get that remainder, first remainder. What is first remainder? F of x0. Is it okay? So if you are dividing f of x, this f of x with x minus x0, we have a quotient, say we have a quotient q of x is equal to b0 into x raised to beta minus 1 plus b1 into x raised to beta minus 2 plus etc plus b beta minus 2x plus b beta minus 1 and a remainder b beta. It have a remainder also b beta. So this is quotient with a power of beta minus 1, because we are dividing a function f of x with the power beta by x minus x0. So 1 degree is degrees. So this is the quotient polynomial and this is the remainder. So this remainder b beta is nothing but f of x0. Okay, so what we can write after this? So we can write, we have f of x, then x minus x0, I told you f of x divided by x minus x0 will give this quotient. So what is f of x by x minus x0? That is equal to q of x plus b beta by x minus x0, right? F of x by x minus x0 is equal to q of x plus the remainder divided by x minus x0. Or we can write f of x is equal to x minus x0 into quotient q of x plus remainder. F of x is equal to x minus x0 into q of x plus b beta. Okay, so that means at x equal to x0, at x equal to x0, we can write f of x0 is equal to, this term will become 0. At x equal to x0, this term will become 0. So at x equal to x0, f of x0 is equal to b beta. This term is vanished. So at x equal to x0, f of x0 is equal to b beta. So this is the remainder theorem. And this is the first remainder because we are finding the first remainder value. Okay. Similarly, we can write f dash of x at x equal to x0 is f of x by x minus x0. Please note, at that point we have to no need to consider b beta. So f dash of x at x equal to x0 is, we can consider, by neglecting the remainder, we can consider q of x. So we can write at x equal to x0, f dash of x0 is equal to q of x0. Okay, please note that. So at f dash of, at x equal to x0, f dash of x0 is nothing but q of x0. So please note, finding q of x is important. That is the most important one. We have to find q of x0. How to find q of x0? How to find q of x? That we are going to discuss. Okay. So to find q of x, we can use the equation. We already have an equation. F of x is equal to x minus x0 into q of x plus b beta, right? We have that equation. We also assume some polynomial for f of x, some polynomial for q of x. What is f of x? F of x is equal to a0 x raised to beta plus a1 x raised to beta minus 1 plus etc. plus a beta. That is f of x. What is q of x? Q of x is equal to b0 x raised to beta minus 1 plus b1 x raised to beta minus 2 plus etc. plus b beta minus 1. That is q of x, and a remainder b beta. So we can substitute that. So after substituting that, so f of x is a0 x raised to beta plus a1 x raised to beta minus 1 plus etc. plus a beta, that is equal to x minus x0 into b0 x raised to beta minus 1 plus b1 x raised to beta minus 2 plus etc. plus b beta minus 2x plus b beta minus 1. Okay, so that is q of x plus remainder b beta. So we can expand the right hand side as, if we are expanding the right hand side, we have b0 x raised to beta plus b1 minus b0 x0. So please note, from the second term onwards, we have b1, that is x into this term. So b1 minus x0 into b0, this term. So b0 x0 into x raised to beta minus 1 plus b2 minus b1 x0 into x raised to beta minus 2 plus etc. plus b beta minus 1 minus b beta minus 2 x0 into x plus b beta minus b beta minus 1 x0. So this is that expansion, the expansion of right hand side. Okay. So just go through this right hand side. Okay, so now compare the left hand side and right hand side. Compare this term and this terms. So what you can see? So you have x raised to beta here, here also x raised to beta. Like that way you can compare. So by comparing the coefficients, we have, so by comparing the coefficient of x raised to beta, we have a0 is equal to b0. a0 is equal to b0, or we can write b0 equal to a0. Am I correct? b0 equal to a0. Now compare the coefficient of beta minus 1. So we have a1 is equal to, this is a1, that is equal to b1 minus b0 x0. So a1 is equal to b1 minus b0 x0. But please note, we already have b0, but it's b0 a0. So we can replace b0 with a0. Okay, so a1 is equal to b1 minus a0 x0. So we can write b1. What is b1? b1 is equal to a1 plus b0 x0 or a0 x0. Actually, there is no need to replace b0 with a0. This one is also correct. Okay, so this is also equal to a1 plus a0 x0. But no need to write that. Simply we can write. We already have b0 now. If you are writing an algorithm, this one is a step-by-step algorithm. So if we have b0, we can use that here. There is no need to replace a0. Or if you want a0, that also you can use. Okay. So this is after comparing the coefficient of x raised to beta minus 1. We have b1 is equal to a1 plus b0 x0. So please note b0 equal to a0 and b1 is equal to a1 plus b0 x0. Now compare the coefficient of beta minus 2. If you are comparing the coefficient of beta by 2, here we have a2. So a2 is equal to, here we have b2 minus b1 x0. b2 minus b1 x0. But please note, what is b1? Is there any, is it required to replace b1? No. We already have b1. That value is determined. I told you, step by step we are finding each value. So once we have b1, then we can substitute that b1 into this equation. So please note a2 equal to b2 minus b1 x0. So we can write b2 is equal to a2 plus b1 x0. So there is no need to replace b1 with this equation. There is no need. We are just substituting values. So please note b0 equal to a0, b1 is equal to a1 plus b0 x0, b2 equal to a2 plus b1 x0. So you can see a continuity here. So after comparing the coefficient of x0, you can see that b beta is equal to a beta plus b beta minus 1 x0. If this is beta minus 1. Okay, so after comparing the coefficient of x0, we have a beta equal to b beta minus 1 x0, that is this term. So from that we have b beta is equal to a beta plus b beta minus 1 x0. Okay, so please note that. And interesting thing is, this b beta is nothing but f of x0, the first remainder, this b beta. That is this term. This term is the remainder of f of x. So that is f of x0. So now you can see that we have b0, b1, b2, etc. b beta, that is the coefficient of q of x. These are the coefficients of q of x. Means we have q of x. Okay. So now we can find, so that is from this q of x, we can find the remainder, that is f dash of x0, that we can find. So by using this same problem, f of x equal to x cube plus x square minus 3x minus 3, we can explain this method. So we are going to find the root of f of x equal to x cube plus x square minus 3x minus 3 by using Newton's polynomial method. Okay. So for that purpose, draw a tabular graph. So please remember, first one is the serial number. Now we have to, this is the value of x, not x raised to n, not this power, x suffix n means value of x. Now what we need, so this coefficient is a0, that is coefficient of x cube, this is a1, this is a2, this is a3. It is not changing, this is fixed. So a0 equal to 1, a1 is equal to 1, a2 equal to minus 3, then a3 is equal to minus 3. Right? So what is we can take the initial value x0 is equal to 3, minus 3. We can take it as minus 3. Okay. So first iteration, here we have minus 3. Is it okay? So now what is B0? B0 is equal to S0, right? B0 is equal to S0. So here A0 equal to 1. So B0 is also 1. Okay, now what is B1? B1 is equal to A1 minus, now B term. So 1 less, here 1 means here it is B0, X0. Okay, so B1 is equal to A1 minus B0, X0. What is A1? A1 is 1. So 1 minus, what is B0? B0 is also 1. So 1 minus 1 into X0, X0 is minus 3. So 1 minus 1 into minus 3, so 1 plus 3. Is it okay? So this is, okay, sorry, this is plus, I am very sorry, this is plus. So B1 is equal to A1 plus B0 into X0. So A1 is 1 plus 1 into minus 3. So this is minus 2, okay. Now what is B2? B2 is equal to A2 plus B1 X0. So now what is the value? A2 is minus 3, so minus 3. Now B1 is minus 2, so minus 3, minus 2 into minus 3. So minus 3, minus 2 into minus, so minus 3 plus 6. Minus 3 plus 6 is plus 3. So this is plus 3. So if we have coefficients up to A3, then quotient have coefficients up to B2, 1 less. So here we have 3 terms. So here we have only, here we have 4 terms. So here we have only 3 terms. This is actually quotient Q of x, the coefficient of Q of x. And we have a remainder. This is remainder. Okay. So what is B3? So again one more term. B3 is equal to A3 plus B2 X0. So A3 is minus 3, B2 is 3, X0 is minus 3. So you have minus 2. Is it okay? So this is minus 2. So please note this B3 is nothing but f of x0. So we have f of x0. Now we have quotient Q of x. Q of x is equal to, so this, if it is x cube, then Q of x is equal to B0 x square plus B1 x plus B2. Am I correct? So that is quotient. So after first iteration we have Q of x is equal to x square minus 2x plus 3. So what is Q of x0? Q of x0. So x square. So minus 3 into minus 3 plus 9. Now what about minus 2x? Minus 2 into minus 3 plus 6. So 15 plus 3, 18. So this is 18. So please note, now we have f of x0, we have f dash of x0, value of Q of x at minus 3 is nothing but f dash of minus 3. So that is 18. So now what is xn plus 1? Xn plus 1 is equal to xn minus f of x0 divided by f dash of x0. Means this one minus this one divided by this one. So we have minus 2.3333. Minus 2.3333. So how we got that? This Q of x, this is actually f dash of xn. Okay. So xn plus 1 is equal to xn minus f dash, sorry, f of xn divided by f dash of xn. Okay, so that is minus 2.3333. Okay, so this is the first iteration. Okay, now by using minus 2.33 we can find the next value. So if you are using minus 2.33, so minus 2.33, B0 is always 1 because B0 equal to A0. So these coefficients are not changing. So B0 is always A0. So B0 is 1. But now B1 is A1 plus B0 into X0. So X0 is changed. So we have minus 1.3333. Now B2 is equal to A2 plus B1 into X0. So that is 0.1111. Similarly, B3 is equal to A3. This A3 plus this B2 into X0. So that is minus 3.2593. So that value is minus 3.2593. So this is nothing but f of X0. Now we have the coefficients of quotient, that is x square minus 1.3333x plus 0.1111. So that is quotient. So if you are substituting X0 into that equation, we have 8.6667. So now what is xn plus 1? Xn plus 1 is this xn minus this one divided by this term. So we have 1 minus 9573. So this is xn plus 1. So now by using this one, we can start the next iteration 3. So minus 1.973, that is xn. Now B0 is equal to A0, the coefficient. Now B1 is equal to A1, this coefficient, plus B0 into initial condition, means its initial condition, that is minus 1.9573. So B1 is equal to minus 0.9573. Now B2 is equal to this coefficient minus 3 plus B1 into X0. So we have minus 1.1264. Now remainder B3 is equal to this minus 3 plus B2 into X0. So B3 is equal to minus 0.7954. So this is B3. So now we have quotient, these three terms. So that is x square minus 0.9573 minus 1.1264. So substituting this X0 into this equation, we have minus 1.7835. Okay. So by using this minus 1.7835, we have next iteration. So it will give minus 1.7359. So these are the value. This is B0, this is B1, this is B2, this is B3, that is f of X0. Now this is Q of X0, that is f dash of X0. So we have minus 1.7359. So by using this value, we have next iteration. So this is B0, this is B1, this is B2, this is B3, that is f of X0, and this is Q of X0, that is these three are the coefficients of quotient. So from that we can find Q of X0 by substituting this value. So we have Q of X0 equal to 2.5681. So that is f dash of X0. So finally we have xn plus 1, that is minus 1.7321. Okay. Now by using this value, we can do the next iteration. So this is B0, this is B1, this is B2, and this is negligible now. That is why dotted line. Negligible means 0. If you are using 4 significant digits, this is 0. Okay. Now if it is 0, there is no need to find this one. So again, this Q of X0 is 2.5361, and this is same value. We have the same value. So either we can use this condition, we got the same value, so we can stop here, or this one is 0, anything we can use. Either we can check the value of B3. If the value of B3 is 0 or less than 10 raised to minus 4, we can stop that. Okay. So as per this Newton's polynomial, the numerical root is minus 1.7321. Okay.